So this is a Swift Freestyle S4FB. Going to take you around the van and show you how it operates. Jockey wheel, hitch and handbrake, we'll go through in person here on site. In the front locker, you've got your gas bottle on the right hand side with your gas valve on top and your gas pipe work going up to the regulator itself. And you've got your grey waste pipe in the front locker also. So the van, you've got the Truma heating vent. So essentially you'll be able to, when you turn on the heating, essentially it'll be the vent on the side of the van to allow the any gases to come back out the exhaust system on the side here. You've got your wind down leg on either side at the front to stabilise the caravan while the caravan is in use. You'd never lift the caravan with the wind down legs. Got your water pump connection on the side of the van, so your water pump is connected up in the side of the van and dropped into the act roll itself. Then got your battery box with your mains power lead coming in the side of the van, and we'll demonstrate the motor mover at the end of the video. You've got your fridge vents on the side here. The two fridge vents are essentially there to let hot air out the side of the fridge unit, and also to allow anything from the gas system for the fridge to come out the side of the van also. The wheel nuts will be torqued prior to the caravan being taken off site to 120 Newton meters. Got your grey waste pipes coming outside the van, so the fresh water that goes in the front has to come out somewhere, and it comes out here on the side of the van itself. You put two pieces of grey pipe, or the pipe work that's in the front of the van, into the holes on the side here, and then drop that down into your waste master. Back of the van, you've got your toilet flush tanks. This takes 3.5 litres of water and a cap full of the pink fluid. In the bottom here, you've got your toilet waste cassette, which you release by pulling up the orange handle and pulling the cassette towards you. The neck here turns out to allow the waste to be tipped away, and the grey cap is a measure for the blue fluid for the toilet system. On the back, you've got an orange pressure relief button, so when you tip the waste away, it doesn't spit and splatter back at you. On the back of the caravan on either side, you've got your wind down legs to stabilise the caravan, and like I said, they are just there to stabilise the van rather than lift the van. Coming down the side here, you've got your motor mover, again your wheels of the van. You've got your underbed storage at the side here. You've got your wind down leg again at the front of the van. Mains power point coming out the side, so you can have power out to your awning, and a barbecue gas point. Going inside the van, it hasn't been cleaned yet. Our cleaners are still waiting to come in. Do this particular van. Above the door, you've got your main control panel for the van, so you need to turn on the master power. You've got your leisure battery voltage on the left hand side, and you've got your vehicle battery voltage on the right hand side. You've got your control panel for your heating and hot water on the left hand side that I'll come back to in a moment. First thing we're going to do is fill the water system on board the van. So we're going to open all the taps up on the hot side of the water heating. Open them all up. Obviously, when you initially turn them on, there's going to be no water in the system, but you'll open them all up, and then you'll come underneath the seat on the far right hand side of the van, and you'll make sure the yellow drain down valve is parallel with the floor. If that yellow valve is parallel with the floor, you'll be able to fill the water system up on board the van. So what we should do is, next of all, now that valve's parallel with the floor, if it was upright and pointing towards the bottom of the seat, it'd actually drain all the water off the caravan itself. Once you've got that valve done up and you've got the taps open and the act roll connected, you can press the water pump button here. As you can see, the green light's on to let me know it's working. And then once you've got water flowing continuously out of every tap on board the caravan, as we have now, you'll be able to shut all the taps down. So you'd have the sinks, both sinks, and the shower tap open until the water is completely coming out on the hot side. You don't need to bleed the cold side because that will just pull water straight off the act roll rather than filling a hot water tank prior to the water being heated. Once you've got the water system full, you can actually come over to the Truma control panel just above the door. So you'll press the central button here when you're on the time screen, and the first icon you can see here on the left hand side is actually to select your heating temperature for the caravan. So press the button, spin the dial to select the relevant temperature for the inside of the caravan. You'll press the central button to set the temperature. So that is your heating for the caravan. If you want the hot water to come on, you come across to the next one, just here. You spin the dial round to the right while the icons are flashing. Press the button again, and you've got 40, 60, or boost on the water system. So to warm the water up, you'd select the relevant temperature to what you need it to do. 40 degrees for instance, that will warm up to 40 degrees. If you're going to shower on board the van, then you would use the boost. The reason for that being, I'm just trying to clear this video up a little bit, I do apologise, it's not very clear. You're going to use the boost, that would be for when you're showering on board the van. So that basically allow you to warm the water up at a lot quicker rate while you're showering inside the van. To select the power supply you've got coming into the caravan, you'll come over to the gas bottle and lightning symbols. As you can see at the moment, I'm set up on electric 1, but you can also run it on electric 2, which is 2,000 watts of power coming into the caravan. Electric 1, 1,000 watts of power on its own. Mix 2, 2,000 watts of gas, 2,000 watts of electric and gas at the same time. Mix 1, 1,000 watts of electric and gas at the same time, or gas solely on its own. It will depend on what sort of site you're on to what power supply you select above the door here for the heating and hot water systems, and I would advise you ask the site office to what system they advise running or what power supply they advise running. If I come around to the right again to the fan symbol on the end here, I can select the fan speed for the caravan. So I've got vent, which I'll select, and then I can control the fan speed. So I've got between 1 and 10 on the speed. For instance, if I select 10, the heating or the fan system around the van, a bit like you have in your car, will kick in and blow out the warm air around the van. So that is your heating and hot water control panel. Down the bottom here you do have some advanced options. Them options are mainly for setting your program for the heating and hot water system on the end here, so you can set the timer to come on if you wish to. The next one across here is to set the clock on the control panel, and you have some advanced settings on the end here which we advise you read the manual for. If I went through all of those, it would probably take me about 3 hours to explain how they all work. Fridge, very simple to turn on. Press the fridge button just here and the fridge will turn on. As you can see at the moment, we're connected to mains power, so it's connected straight to mains, and the temperature is fully cold. To change the power source, you'll press and hold the grey button. 12 volts, so that's the 12 volt supply from the vehicle you're towing with, and that will make the fridge work as a cool box. The temperature side of it is completely irrelevant at that point. I'll press that again, press and hold. I'm going to go over to the gas operation, so I'll come over to the gas symbol just here. Press the grey button and select the gas, for instance. Now I've got the gas selected, or the mains, I can control the temperature of the fridge to where I'd like it to be, and we'd always advise having it on fully cold to start with, just to get the fridge working. To select the temperature, again, press the grey button, and that'll allow the fridge to start operating on the coldest setting on gas or 240 mains, as you can see here. Again, you'd press the grey button to set the temperature. Cooker and hob works very much the same as your household items. No differences there at all. And we would advise, before you try and ignite anything on gas on board the caravan, that you bleed the gas system through the hob, because generally it is the last point on the gas system. Coming to the back of the caravan now, into the bathroom, you have the toilet system. So you have an electric flush on the toilet, just here on top. Have a grey waste handle down the bottom to allow the waste into the toilet cassette itself. And when you are finished using the toilet facilities, we do recommend that you put the toilet back straight across the van, pointing towards the shower unit on the other side. The reason being, if the toilet was on an angle inside the van, it will actually stop you from pulling out the toilet waste cassette from underneath the van. It locks in place essentially, so when the toilet is being used, the cassette can't be removed by mistake. On top of the toilet unit itself, there is actually a red indicator light that will come on to let you know the toilet waste cassette is full. We do also advise that when you are finished with the loo, that you shut the flap back up, because it's not like a normal toilet system where you've got water continuously in the toilet system. Obviously then it will keep the smells out the inside of the van. When you're storing the caravan for winter use, we do recommend that you drain, when you're storing the caravan, we do recommend that you drain all of the water off the systems on board the van. The reason being, if for any reason it froze and got that cold where it could freeze the water system inside the van, it could potentially crack open the pipework and the taps around the caravan. So you'd put all the taps in the central position, so the hot and cold side is open at the same time, and then you'd open up the yellow valve again underneath the seat. The next part of the handover video is going to be a motor mover demonstration, but I'm just going to say thank you now for watching. We hope you enjoy the caravan, and if you have any further questions, please don't hesitate to contact us. Continue watching the end of this video and you'll see the motor mover demonstration. Thank you very much. So to operate the motor mover, the first thing you need to do is engage the motor mover itself up against the wheel, which you'll push over this bar when it's in the right position. And lock the motor mover into place. At that point you can release the handbrake on the front of the caravan. You can come around to the locker on the far side and you can turn the power on. You can turn the two green buttons on the controller. So the controller comes on, and at that point we should be able to move the van forwards, backwards, turn, and turn, and the same with the rear. And then finally backwards. Once you're done with the mover, you turn the controller off. So the red green light goes off. You'd pull the handbrake on. You'd disengage the motor mover. Put down the camera for. Disengage the mover. And you turn the red power key back off in the locker on the opposite side of the van. And that's the end of the demonstration. Thank you very much for watching. Bye bye.